Guys, you gotta watch the video. You gotta watch the video. Watch this video, please. You have to watch the video. Call all your friends. Come. Watch the video right now. Please follow me. Please follow me. Like the video, please, and share the video. Very important. Let MAGAs, all the MAGA Republican, watch the video. Okay? It is very important. This video, please watch it right now. Please.
Hi, my name is Justin, also known as Papa, and I'm a former MAGA Republican, and I'm going to be voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in this election. So see, back in 2016 and 2020, I did vote for Donald Trump, and also I did support him during that time. Now, one of the comments that I saw in my last video about me saying, hey, I'm voting for Kamala Harris, was asking how I was able to fall for a narcissist, how I could be easily manipulated. Well, I'm here to answer that question. But before I get into that, first and foremost, thank you so very much. All of the comments, all of the new follows, all of it, just all the positivity, all of the wonderful love and support and the welcoming. It's overwhelming in a positive way, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, going blue finally has it's woken me up, and it's really good, and it's really overwhelming. So anyway, back to the topic. So again, there's two questions that popped up. One was, how could I have fallen for the narcissist? How could I have fallen for him? You know, how was I able to support him? Well, it's actually quite easy. So go back to World War II, okay? Hitler's propaganda minister, Joseph Goebbels, said, you say something loud enough, long enough, and over again, regardless of whether it's true or not, whether the evidence supports it or not, eventually people will believe it. And it's sort of similar to how it happened with myself as a MAGA Republican. Was back leading up to the 2016 election, he was pushing fear. He was pushing always them. It was, be afraid of the career politician. Be afraid of the person who's calling you a deplorable. So to kind of give a little bit of a better context as to how that happened, somebody posted a video, and he said that you get somebody who is telling you that you should be afraid that somebody's either going to hurt you, take your livelihood, or other kind of nefarious purpose. And then you tell that person to go to church, or in a MAGA Republican's opinion, listen to Fox News, listen to Tucker Carlson, listen to Donald Trump, listen to Ben Shapiro, listen to Timcast IRL, listen to all of the talking heads around him. Because when you have the state lining up somebody at the church who is ready to say all of the things that you fear and validate your fears, you never stood a chance. You never stood a chance, and I didn't. I never stood a chance at all. I was surrounded. I grew up in Roseburg, Oregon. Okay, I grew up in a small logging town, primarily Republican. And then I had all of my friends coming out and saying, oh, the deep state this, Antifa is going to come after you. You know, the liberals are ruining America. You know, there's, you know, transgenderism is the worst. You know all of the talking points that these people cultivate, and they all push one single message: fear. And then that fear turns into anger, and that anger turns into hate, and that hate can turn into suffering, to quote Yoda from Star Wars, because it's true. It can very easily fall down that way. Fortunately for me, at my core value and my core belief, I don't fall that way. You know, I was afraid, yes, but I don't have any sort of hate in my bone or my body. I was afraid of the Democratic Party. I was afraid of Antifa. I was afraid of liberals. I was afraid of somebody coming after me for simply voting for him. And then after January 6th happened, I was fed the lie that because I simply voted for Donald Trump, I just so happened to support him, that I was going to go to prison as well, that it was going to be a Gestapo style roundup. That was the narrative. It was, these people outside are bad and terrible and evil. You need to be afraid of them. We can keep you safe. Only us can keep you safe. That's the cult. And it was by definition a cult, and surrounding it was the propaganda, and hearing all of the voices all around everywhere was very overpowering. I was not able to hear anything else. I was always told, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. And it worked. It worked. Do I hate admitting it? No, because I need to admit it. I need to admit that, yeah, it did work on me. It absolutely did. It absolutely, the moment I checked Donald Trump's name on the ballot box, I was out of luck, and I felt compelled to vote for Donald Trump, because the idea was that Biden was compromised, that Kamala Harris is going to persecute you in some way, that these individuals are going to destroy our country. Look at what they're destroying now. But it was all a lie. It was all a lie. There's a split Senate in the House. The Senate can't do anything unless the Republicans, back it. Biden and Harris have actually tried to push legislation, but the Senate Republicans gave them the middle finger because Donald Trump told them to give them the middle finger. I didn't know this. Donald Trump was telling MAGA, hey, don't listen to anybody else. Only listen to the people who support us. Don't listen to any other voices. Us versus them. Apocalyptic type of messaging. Literally apocalyptic messaging. A charismatic leader. Internal language. The internal language, a lot of people know whether, it's liberals, leftists, LGBTQ, fear, using those things and twisting them into something that they're not. And again, going back to the point of how easy it was for me in that instance, where I was, like I said, I was in Roseburg, Oregon, and then I moved to Medford, Oregon. I was around people that were literally all Trump. It was all Trump all around me. And I felt at those times where I had no choice. I felt like that it was either I vote for him or I vote for somebody who's going to potentially hurt my family, or potentially cause me to not be able to provide for my family or provide for my children. So that was the lie, and that was the fear. And that if I were to say, hey, I'm voting for Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, then I was going to get, there was, again, the apocalyptic message. But what our VP and hopefully our future president has done is, like I said before, she has brought class back to debate. Like, let's have a debate. And I see people on live all the time here on TikTok Live, people having nice, respectful debates. I'm not seeing this true anger, hatred, and vitriol that Donald Trump is pushing. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm seeing like, hey, let's just talk policy. You want to support Trump? Cool. Let's talk policy. Let's talk these things. Let's talk it out. It's not attack. It's just a friendly debate. Let's, back and forth, and let's see if we can find a middle. And that right there, to me, I'm like, that is America. Vice President Harris did that. He's making us talk again. Politics was something that we learned in school, things that we needed to know about because it was important. It was things that affected us, so we needed to know these things. Power back to the people. Let people talk. Keep people talking. And I also love Operation Let Him Talk, because once I heard him speak this time around, I said no more. And you know what? All I gotta say to all of my MAGA Republican friends out there, just know you're not alone. Just know you're not alone. Don't gotta be afraid. And it's okay. You're not alone. Anyway, again, I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for the support. This election cycle feels different, and it is going to be different. Joy and hope moving forward. Let's get this. We can get her to the White House. I believe it. And remember, I'm also going to be getting a shirt here soon that says, "You can vote too." Somebody in the comments mentioned that, so that's something I'm going to be working on. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.